Welcome back. I'm Frances Hurd. Great to have you with us on SABC News. Minister of Minerals and Resources Mosebenzi Zwane has told mining investors gathered for the Cape Town Indaba, the Mining Indaba, that his department continues to prioritise the promotion of good working relations with rights holders. But he fell short of detailing his thoughts on the contentious mining charter issue. The Mining Indaba is attended by investors and industry stakeholders. Earlier, our reporter Diabo Seto spoke to Minister Zwane. Let's take a listen.
The highlight of this morning perhaps is the opening of the Mining Indaba, where Minister Mosebenzi Zwane addressed the House and addressed the investors and stakeholders that are all gathered here. He mentioned a whole lot of things, including the fact that today is the anniversary of the Lily Mine 4, these are the mine workers that were trapped in the Lily Mine at Mpumalanga, and this is, I believe, their third year that their bodies have not yet been discovered. Nzinga, you'll also remember that this conference takes place at a time where the industry, the mining industry, as well as Mosebenzi Zwane's department, would say in murky waters or are not gelling quite well. I was expecting to hear that he would mention something about the issue of the mining charter, which is currently sitting in court. However, he did not touch that. He did mention just one or two lines about the issue of transformation and how transformation remains key, and that how some companies, including Rio Tinto, are complying with the transformation issue within the mining sector. During the morning, I spoke to a couple of analysts who have already attended here, who tell me that the mining industry's outlook for 2018 is a very, very good one this year because of commodity prices starting to edge up and get a little bit better. The economy is looking up. Remember that we were expecting less than 1% of economic growth for 2018, and it looks like at this time we might just average 0.9% of economic growth. And with the mining industry contributing around 12% to GDP, that sector doing much better will actually be welcomed. The other issue that the mining industry, I must add, is contending with is the issue of jobs in that sector. The sector has shed at least 700,000 jobs to date, and have not been able to recover those jobs. Earlier on, the Chamber of Mines CEO Roger Baxter spoke to us and told us that between 2016 and 2017, only 7,000 jobs have been created. This is not a lot of jobs that are created. We also spoke to him about the issue of transformation in the sector and the issue of pay and wages, and he told us that they do have good relations with unions. They try to engage them as often as they possibly could to avert what we remember is the platinum strike that we saw in 2014, which is now around 4 years old, that crippled the country, if our viewers at home will remember. But the prospect of the mining industry as we know it is looking so much better. Some have attributed it to the issue that of the leadership changes within the ANC, that those leadership changes are giving investors something to look forward to, and they like what they are seeing in Deputy President Ramaphosa's tenure and him taking over. We know that he's already started to make some sweeping changes across some of the places such as Eskom, and one analyst tells me that this is exactly what the investment community is looking for, decisiveness. And with all of that, they expect that a lot of investment is going to take place within the mining industry. Of course, one of the other important aspects that this mining industry or Mining Indaba will be looking at is the issue of the safety. Remember that last week there was the issue of the 950 workers that were trapped at Sibanye Still Waters. Of course, that was not due to the fact that the mine is not safe itself, but due to the fact that there was a power cut caused by a storm, and this has been a welcome development that they actually were managed to come out much more safely. The issue of women in mining is also going to come up very strongly. We're seeing a whole lot of participation of mining women in the mining sector, and we expect that by Thursday, when this conference ends, we would have heard a lot more about who are the new role players. We also, I must add, have the junior miners who have attended here, and we'll be making time to speak to them so that our viewers, can hear for themselves what the junior miners do and whether there is space to actually get into the industry of the mining sector. We are expecting Minister Zwane to join us. He is running a little bit late, where we want to talk to him about various issues, including his speech this morning and his relationship with the chamber and the mining companies. Nzinga.
Diabo, we know that there are industry players from the mining sector there. What about people from industries like rail and ports who also support the mining industry in one way or the other? Are we seeing other people from industries coming to make their voices heard at the Indaba?
Absolutely, Nzinga. We're seeing a whole lot of engineers. I had a chat with a couple of engineers who work within the sector, who work with rail and who work with the mining sector as well. We are going to be hearing from them. Just to paint a picture for our viewers of what the picture is like inside here, is that you have at least 3 halls, and all of them, they will have different sessions taking place at different times. So you have indeed people like engineers, community people coming into the Mining Indaba to make their voices heard and to give their views on how they think things could be done better.
And the political element of it, I know you've raised the mining charter quite a lot. The Chamber of Mines earlier on saying that they believe that Mineral Resources Minister Mosebenzi Zwane has the ability to tank the mining industry because of this charter and the way that it was implemented. Are we seeing political voices represented and being lobbied at the Indaba?
Unfortunately, this morning, I must be honest that I did not see many people who are of political affiliation coming across. But when I did speak to Roger Baxter this morning, he was not interested in speaking or responding to what the minister had mentioned, But earlier during their press briefing in the morning, Zinga, they did mention the issue that they have completely lost confidence in the minister, and that, they would appreciate change in leadership when it comes to mining, and that they are engaging directly with the ANC as opposed to the minister. That, I think, gives us an idea of just how rough the relationship between the two parties is. And I believe the minister is right behind me. I'll be letting him come just next to the camera so we can have a chat with him. Minister Zwane has joined us right now. We have been waiting for him for quite a while, but he's managed to make his way to us. Minister, thank you very much for your time. I'm noting your speech this morning that you made, not a very long speech, not much in detail in terms of your detailed relationship with the Chamber of Mines, which I know that is quite a contentious issue at this point. Give me your view. What is happening that side?
Well, we work with them every day. You'll remember last week I went to a mine in Northwest where we were giving a mine to the BEE. So we work every day. What the media speculates or maybe hear from them is quite not what we experience on the ground.
So you are telling me that everything is good between you and the various, especially the companies represented in the chamber?
Well, you know that we don't agree on the mining charter.
Absolutely.
And that's it. And it's currently sub judice because it's in the court. Rather than that, there's nothing that I know I can say.
Let's talk about the mining industry in general. I noted earlier on to our viewers at home that the issue of jobs in the mining sector is coming in very slowly. We are only saw around 7,000 jobs only created between 2016 and 2017. That's very little jobs. How is the government helping the companies to help sustain and create jobs?
You'll remember last year we helped companies like Lonmin and others to secure about 11,000 jobs. We have since created 11,500 and something jobs by issuing about 30 mining licenses. Yesterday, we had bilaterals with De Beers. They are investing in the country around $2 billion US. We have met with Rio Tinto. They are also investing around 450 million US. We continue to meet with them to deal with that issue of job creation.
They've called for leadership change in your department, saying they have no confidence in you.
Who says so?
The Chamber of Mines, sir.
Well, it's their view. I can't comment on them. What I know is that they do not have a luxury to choose, because that's the president who put and remove ministers. Go ask ordinary masses, business people, like I'm telling you, I was with them. People are happy. Those that are represented by them, majority are happy.
The many analysts that I spoke to today, they mentioned the issue that by and large the mining industry is very happy with the political change within the ANC, and that possibly this is one of the things that would cause them to start investing in the sector again. What do you think about this?
Well, the investment I'm talking about has been a persuasion of years, beyond December. So it's not actually true.
I would be doing a disservice to yourself, sir, and even my viewers if I didn't ask about you. We've heard very little from you regarding the whole dairy farm in Free State. What is your position, sir?
Thank you for asking that question. I want to request people of South Africa, the media, and everybody to allow due processes to take their course. I have said I will respect those due processes. The rumor mongering on this matter is actually not helpful for anybody, media, people of South Africa, and myself included. So I don't want to speculate on this matter. Moreover, I'm here dealing with the Mining Indaba.
All right, fair enough. Outlook for 2018, sir. The mining industry, what do you see? We see that the economy is improving somewhat, and we expect the mining industry to follow suit. What is your outlook for 2018 with the mining sector that you oversee?
Well, you'll remember that when the rand gets stronger, the exporters do complain because they lose. And that is happening currently. But what makes me happy is that for the interest of the country, we all agree that it's a good thing. We will work together with everybody and ensure that we take this industry forward, lure investors, but transform the country and transform the lives of the people of South Africa if we want stability in the sector.